I think a major market like the Bay Area with a new stadium in that location. Can you do anything as extravagant in Las Vegas? Like, let's just be real about this for 1 second. Is there any way you could put a ballpark in a setting like Jack London Square in Northern California and the weather that we have and the day games you're going to be able to play there all the time? Can you match the setting at all in Las Vegas? I don't care about tax money or private or publicly funded contributions. None of that. Just draw me up the best baseball stadium you can at Howard Terminal, and they've done it. And then draw me up the best stadium you can somewhere in southern Nevada. Summerlin? Henderson? North Las Vegas? Downtown Las Vegas? We dig some sand up and put a ballpark there? Put a roof on it? Put a carport on it? Can you do something as special there? I mean, can you do something there? Is probably the more important question, which we'll get to. We'll get that one answered. But can you do something as special in Las Vegas as you can in Oakland? And I think you know the answer there. You can't. From my perspective, at least. Yeah, and Antonio, I think that's a good point too. People don't realize that Las Vegas is actually a small market with a majority tourist presence, and it's already being oversaturated with the NFL and NHL. And I've got to say, I took a day or two-day trip, I think, to Las Vegas in November of 2019. Man, it's crazy to look back and think that was only like several months before the world completely shut down. I wasn't thinking about it back then, but what I realized was, going in the casinos and everybody that was working there had Golden Knights gear on, and, they were, fresh into that 2019-20 season. So there was a lot of hype around the Golden Knights. And you realize how Las Vegas can sell a team's product globally when people from all over the world come to visit Las Vegas, and all of a sudden, like, they don't even know hockey, but, oh, Golden Knights, they play here. Their logo's everywhere. That's pretty cool. I'll buy a shirt. I'll be a Golden Knights fan. And when they play, and I was there a night that they played, their game was on TVs everywhere. And that's a weird dynamic. You know what's funny is, as being a person on TV, especially in a post-game show situation, I never think about when we're doing the show, but I've been places on nights where I'm not working, or like Warriors is on, for example, a show I don't work on. And I see how it's on every TV at a big restaurant. And a lot of people, well, nowadays they're eating outside, but everybody's kind of glancing up at the TV. So there's a lot of people watching it in these group settings and scenarios. And going back to Las Vegas, like, all these out-of-towners looking up at the screen like, oh, that's hockey. I don't really watch much, but, oh, they have a team right down the street here. That's cool. All right, I think I like Las Vegas. It's a selling point to, kind of a nomadic fan base. Is it valuable? Maybe. Does anybody really benefit from that greatly? I guess. You're not drawing all those people back to the games all the time because they don't live in Las Vegas. But it is interesting, that dynamic. And I also, to your point, Antonio, is Las Vegas oversaturated already with NHL and NFL? How many football home games are there per season? Is there 10 total with preseason included? And hockey is 41 regular season games. Add those two up. You're in the 50s. Baseball is 81 every season. Like, that's almost double those two combined. So you're right, it is a different beast. And getting a crowd on an everyday and night basis is a lot tougher than it is once a week for football, or once every other week for football, and once every couple nights for hockey.